Morning everyone. So just a small disclaimer, this video I should have uploaded yesterday, but then I got a little bit busy. So what you're gonna see in this video now was yesterday's outlook on how I saw pound yen. But this morning when I was gonna do an update, I actually saw that price moved very much faster than I anticipated. So please watch this video and then also like and subscribe. Once you've done watching the video, I'm gonna upload the update to it so you can actually see what happened and what we're expecting next. So stay tuned.
All right, good morning, everyone, good afternoon, good evening, all the people watching this video. So this is a video based on the pound's inter-decision coming up on, just double check when it is, on Thursday. We have inter-decision on the pound at just, you're gonna have to change the time zone if you're checking it out on investing.com. So we are Johannesburg. So it'll take a place around 1 o'clock or exactly 1 o'clock on Thursday. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to go over this article by Daily Forex, where basically it said GBP USD Forex signal small bullish flag pattern forms. Now, usually I wouldn't advise you guys to take trade ideas from a random news outlets, especially like if it's people who are affiliated with brokers like a Daily Forex. Now, what happens then is it says over here, the focus on the inter-decision. These numbers set a signal that the British economy is still resilient despite the hiking cycle by the Bank of England. The bank, like other global peers, has been hiking interest rates to bid a lower inflation, which has remained stubbornly high. Now, how I view this is there's a lot of words in here indicating to bullishness or upside movement, which I believe is psychological to induce people to go the wrong direction. And why I say this is because if we look at the pound currently, we actually see that the pound has been rising and is actually at its highest point of 2023, which is this year's high. Now, if you study Steve Murrow, you would know that the market maker makes moves at the highs and the lows. And when I refer to this, is the high and low of the year, the high and low of the week, the high and low of the month, high and low of the day, and high and low of the session. So he's gonna map out this institutional point, and as you guys can see, let's see if it did pin it. So as you can see, price that pin the institutional level and in reverse. And then one thing I want you to take note of is this pattern that basically occurs over here. Now, this is something that I was shown by Chris. Shout out to Chris. And it's a very, very simple method where you can basically spot direction for the upcoming weeks. Now, what you look at is you want to look at your swing high. Now, this is your swing high structure right over here, right? Oh, it's ugly. The swing high structure is over here at this highest point. And what you're then actually going to look at is you look at the highest point, which is this candle right over here. Just move this right over here, and then you take note of the next two candles next to it. So the previous candle and the candle next to it. So as you can see, this candle. Let me just. You would notice that this candle over here. Oh, sorry, this candle over here is lower than this candle over here. And the next candle after this candle is also lower than previous one. Now this indicates our swing high, and based on this wick, this would obviously be our swing low over here, because from here to here is about 800 pip move. So just with that said, seeing that price has rejected this zone over here, I would say that price is most likely bullish, and also the way this wick has closed over here, most likely on the daily time frame, we had closes, indicating that price has changed character. And how we would spot that is based on the previous low. So over here, we would have a change of character, which I say specifically has taken place. Now, also why I believe the pound will be bearish on the release will be because if price was going to be bullish, an indication for this candle has to take place over here. So there has to be a wick over here for this to become the swing low. And same concept explained over here. Then you look at this candle, it's lower, and then this candle would be higher than the swing low. So that's a very simple way you guys can look at it. Now let's go on a smaller time frame just to get an idea. Let's go to the daily. So I've also been analyzing the market slightly different. And what I mean by this is, so I usually just map out my institutional zones. So the closest one over here will be 3, and then the next one over here will be 82. I'm just gonna put this here as means of reference. And I'll maybe add one more to kind of map out our potential target zones. Okay, now I'm gonna add another small line, different color, maybe let's make it orange. And then the last one. Maybe one more, maybe one more. But that looks very close. Okay, I see I must spot over here. Okay, sorry guys, like I said, just want to add one more. Okay, so now we kind of have an idea of what's happening over here. You know, we have our zones mapped out. And then what I'm going to do now is just going to add a small little box on here. Okay, so let's maybe only focus on these for now. Let's add one more over here. Oh, it's big. There we go. Okay, so pretty simple, right? Pretty simple, pretty simple. So I don't want you guys can get confused what I'm about to do. So just kind of keep put it. Just take note of what I'm about to do and what I'm explaining. It's not gonna like affect the trade on Thursday or anything like that, but just to basically give you an idea of where we are in the market. So, like I always say, I can't do that. Okay, so I always tell you guys, notice trend. So over here we had an uptrend, between a clear uptrend, and then this is the last low over here, right? But if we look at the candles, we see other higher lows being formed over here. So what I'll do is I'll actually see this over here as the change of character. And then over here, I will see us have a break of structure. So this indicates to me that most likely we're looking for sells now on GBP yen. And notice how price tapped into that zone and how it's playing out perfectly. So let's flip over to the 4-hour. Now let's quickly implement the weekly structure on this. If you haven't watched it, go to my YouTube channel. It's on it's on there. There's a lot of free content you can use to level up your trading. So Monday morning was right over here. As you can see, we have quite a big Asian range. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean it up. So it won't look so messy. So that's our Asian range, and as you can see, price has broken to the upside. Right, price broken to the upside. So that means we are looking for sells. And if you look in the line chart, that's how we kind of see the MW playing out. But before I just sell from there, I would like to see where retracement points will be. Okay, this is 88% zone, so we could actually be looking for sales from here on. Because say for instance we get into profit, and let's say for example market runs with us, and say the news event comes out, say it's not on Friday, but we can try and say, and does that, then we're already in profit risk free. So that would be very cool to see that actually happen. So let's move on to a smaller time frame. Let's actually flip all the way to the 3-minute. So just to give an idea, this was yesterday's high. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Yesterday's high, and we do it PTMM style. So the blue tracer is yesterday's high or low. Now, okay, so yesterday's low is all the way here, also at the low of the week. So right over here. Now, based on this over here, if we just look at the market maker from a market maker standpoint as well, we do see a rise consolidation, and we see 1, 2, 3 pumps into level 3. And now, like I've told one of my friends, my partners yesterday, I don't necessarily trade the top of the MW anymore. I actually wait for price to play out and do its thing. So for instance, by looking at price like this, prices, so this is still the Asian highs. So I wouldn't look to anything on this pair as yet. But I mean, if we have to wait for something like this to happen per se, if we have to wait for something like this to happen, then we might as well, I wouldn't say leave it, but rather see where price what price want to do, because it could potentially run to this zone institutional level. However, if it does this maybe today, then we could look to sell if we could see something like this happen. Maybe that would be quite ideal, because currently if we're looking at the pound, there is a fair value gap over here, which could explain why it is currently trading at this point, or we could actually see price go to the upside from here, which would kind of be ideal to see. But initially, I wouldn't want to see price come more lower to this point, unless we're gonna see something like this happen. So the Asian low is actually over here, not over there. So there's an institutional level over here, which is about 13 pip difference from there to there. So if we could actually see price move down very quickly below the Asian lows, take out the Asian lows, and do something like this would be cool, because then it still would fall in line with the fake move beginning of the week, and then most likely Wednesday, Thursday, midweek reversal, the same thing I just explained to you guys, and have reaction around this zone and then drop. So yeah, that's my current view on GBP USD. So just add the third on this thing, so we do know when price actually wants to do something different. So yeah, initially for Thursday, bias for the inside decision in the pound is a sell, looking to sell it. So that's for it for now's video. If you guys have any other recommendations or suggestions, or want me to cover something, just comment down below or leave it in the chat, and then I'll get to it. So yeah, let's get to it.